Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Series Strategy Game, and we are returning to Let's Play of Hearts of Iron 4, playing as the United Kingdom at war against, of course, all of the X's at this point. So we're very much fighting and grinding over here in Germany as the year 1942 sort of not quite draws to a close, but is, of course, progressing. And it is kind of interesting to see, oh, we've got this covered, so that's nice. What do we actually want to do next? So didn't really think about that. Okay, fighter production would be kind of nice. Jet stuff, that's all okay, but not really crucial. Singapore and air defenses. Ooh, could go for more air bases in Hong Kong. That might not be the worst thing to do. Influence China, really not that important. All of this development here is kind of nice, but really doesn't go anywhere for us specifically. Of course, neither does Benelux intervention. So, we might actually want to go then for some better planning. I think might not be the worst idea. One of this here is cool, but you know what? Let's go for this for the chiefs of staff. I think that's a great idea. Right, let's see whether we can push up against the Japanese a little bit more. Now, what I would like to do then is I would like to grab our fleet over here and extend our reach into the South Chinese Sea. They must be operating in this vicinity, and I don't know where exactly they are. So let's try to get over here and see whether we can do something against them. We of course have some troops up over here. I don't think it's wise to just try to combat them over here. It just doesn't seem to be too wise. So can we actually get into that? No, we can't. So yeah, I'm not sure this is going too great up over there. Sia might be joining the war at some point, but yeah, I think for now it might make the most sense to try and build up some naval presence against them. One thing I noticed in between episodes is, look at that, the Americans are starting to advance from Sicily into south of Italy, and that is kind of nice to see because, of course, that is exactly what we're doing at this point in our campaign of war in the West. So it's kind of interesting to see that being mirrored. Now, up over here, you know what? I think we can try to expel these guys. The question is whether that really does get us anywhere. And at the very least, it would mean for the Hungarians that they are a little bit more exposed. So maybe I think some of these guys here should fall pretty quickly. Like this guy and that guy over there. So these guys should be retreating kind of quickly, and then all of the other guys are going to get just much more damage as time goes by. So that's fine. I'm slightly worried about our French friends because if you see over here, these guys are a little bit shy on some of these resources as well. Apparently we have managed to cross into Darmstadt over here, which is fairly nice because that does allow us to cut off at least a couple of Germans here, so it's kind of nice to see. You know what, let's get all of you guys over here. I don't think you're going to be too relevant up over there. Right, and I think ultimately we want to probably try to get into the Stuttgart-Ulm area over here, and that might be nice. So yeah, let's try to build up some support over there for this sort of attack. We are defending over here, especially the Americans are. That's kind of nice. Up over here, this is not going quite as lovely as I would have liked to see. So, yeah, that's a no-no there. And I think we have come into a strategic sort of bottleneck over here. I don't think we need to do too much over there, actually. So, the question is whether we want to get some attack going on some of the other German states, like especially Saxony would be kind of nice. So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get rid of all of this over here. We're going to ask all of these guys here to sort of nicely, you guys, nicely do come over here in between these two rivers. And that was wrong. Front line is what I want. There we go. You guys are going to be sort of over here and then trying to reach into the south there a little bit, and that should be okay. Right, there we go. And let's see whether we can get over there. That would be kind of nice. We can defend a little bit, but we'll leave it to the Americans to defend over there. That should be okay. Right, very nice to see the Americans pushing up over here. Theater in the Balkans has basically frozen down due to the horrific infrastructure over there, so not much we can do. Not much we can do here either. I mean, this is plains at the very least. On the other hand, we would be crossing a river. Nevertheless, let's try to do an attack over here. Yeah, you know what? That doesn't look too bad. I mean, we do have more attack power than they have, so we might actually be successful over here, and that would be nice. Right, let's try that. I think it would be great to push on there. Right, boys, anti-tank rifle, that's okay. Night attack would be fantastic, of course, but on the other hand, 1943 is also a time where we can build up more infrastructure and more construction and more fuel refining and all of these things. would be fairly fantastic as well. So production efficiency, retention, and cap, and we do get the cap over here as well, but just higher growth. So obviously I'm always a little bit torn between these two. Engineering, not much to do, well, except for rockets, which doesn't give us anything really. Neither does this. All of that is fine. We could try to go for this, but it's so far ahead of time, I don't think it's really worth it. So we're not going to do that. Instead, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go for the hunter-killer groups over here. Spend a little bit of power to do that, and that should be a-okay. Right, how's the battle down here in the Dutch East Indies? Going fine, and that should allow us to actually maybe even circle them over here. So let's try to push into there, then try to grab that mountain here quite quickly, which might be nice. And then we could cut off all of these guys, and that would be fantastic. So, yeah, that would be really, really nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, there we go. We have actually encircled them there, so that's nice. You guys are getting over here, and that's okay too. You guys all part of this now. Thank you. Get rid of this, that's fine. You're going to come into here, you're going to be attacked. We're going to move some troops over there, that's okay too. So yeah, you should be really nice over there, and that does allow us to defeat a couple of Japanese divisions, and that's always very lovely to see. Right, still lots and lots of battles over here against the Germans. Nothing too major, we are defending quite well over here. I think these guys here will be overwhelmed kind of quickly, so that's nice to see too. You guys are all extremely low in organization, so you know what, let's actually try to push into here. Make life a little bit more difficult for them, and maybe even get on towards Stuttgart. That would be fantastic. We are defending over here, and that honestly looks pretty good as well, so let's try to get you down here. And then what we're going to do is, once you are ready defending over here, well, if you ever get a pause defending over here, okay, let's grab half of you, get into Stuttgart. And half of you are going to attack over here. So at least get these 3 divisions over there. And let's move a couple of these guys there. That's fine. Right. Good. Okay. Right. A couple of you guys are going into Stuttgart. You know what? One of you, just one of the people advancing into Stuttgart should actually stay here. Defend the rear a little bit. No. Stay here, please. And it's annoying that the Americans are getting this territory, but what can we do? There we go. Come on. Win. Stuttgart is being engaged over there. We are engaging them here. You know what? Let's attack into there so that we are pinning them in place. And that should allow these guys here to move down there, shouldn't it? Yeah. Come on. There we go. Occupy that territory, so that's very lovely to see. In that case, what we should do is try to push up a little bit here against this position. Try to overwhelm them there. We've got Stuttgart, that's great actually, so you know what, that might actually enable us to overwhelm them on this front entirely. Let's try to get down here onto the border and see whether we can get into this area here. You know, you guys can stop over here, we're going to send you down there, and that is fine indeed. Right, you guys join in on this attack, and you guys, you know what, let's say half of you are going to go down there. These artillery guys can support that attack as well, so that we're overwhelming them there kind of quickly. That'd be fantastic. Right, you guys are doing that anyway, so yeah, I just need you guys to really join up, and that would be great, because at that point, there we go. Come on, just bob it. There we go. Fantastic. Nice. I like it. Good. We are making it down here. Lovely. I would not have expected that we can break, but yeah, see, the Germans are at this point so holding such a thin. It's really amazing just how thin their line really is. Stuttgart itself kind of damaged over here, or threatened, but that's okay. We are defending. We're defending in urban terrain over here, so that should be kind of nice, and that's lovely indeed. Right, only thing is we do need to clean up these front lines here, so let's get you guys down here. Just sort of only on this side there, and then what we can do is sort of just get an attack here going towards the east, push up against these troops, and sort of trust the Americans and French to sort of free up these troops here behind us, and that should be okay. Right, let's try to move against them a little bit. You can come under attack here, that's fine, and you guys can sort of come down here as well. Try to support that a little bit more. Okay, you're going to come under attack here from 2 directions, so all of a sudden this is starting to look a little bit more threatening. But I think we'll be alright. You know what, you guys, after you've done that, let's circle around back over here so that we are supporting this defense over here. We are supporting that defense over there very nicely. And at this point, I think we're doing fairly well over here. Let's get these two guys here to attack into their flank there. Let's support them. And you know what, if you guys are doing so well over there, what we might actually do is just circle around like that and reduce their territory even further. And that would be fantastic. Right, good. I like to see that. Up over here in Saxony, we're just building up our troops. They are starting to gain some levels of support there. Haven't really seen any naval strike over here yet. Why are you not escorting over here? I think you should, shouldn't you? Or are you just based somewhere else? Why are you not moving? You're operating. You're supposed to be operating. Can't see you operating. There's a patrol down here. There is no patrol. Okay, you're simply not there. You know what? With 13 light cruisers here, I think we can split you guys and operate in 2 areas at the same time. That should be okay. Right, we've got a small little battle over here, not too big, so that's okay. Fine. You guys are operating all over there. That's okay too. We've got a little bit of land and lease here. That's perfectly lovely. I'm happily going to take any support that we can take. And let's go back to the Germans here, because this situation here is kind of fun. So I'd really like to make sure that we are exploiting that to the fullest. Right, let's get you guys here. And you know what? Can we also the American? No, this is the French. The French are controlling Württemberg. You know what, guys? Can I get Württemberg, please? I know it's sort of adjacent to you, but I don't think you have any claims on that or anything. So where's that Württemberg? Can't see it on here. Weird. Okay, probably just a little bit later. But yeah, that should also ease our supply situation at some point. Okay, what? Let's attack over here. Let's make sure that we are starting to threaten Saxony, one of the industrial powerhouses of Germany, at least in the time, of course, not today, because this was afterwards transferred to the communist part of Germany. So yeah, at that point, not really that successful anymore economically, but until then, still kind of nice to see that you guys are going. You know what? You shouldn't go over there. That is a lake up over here that you don't need to be too concerned with. So let's grab these two guys here. Try to attack the Germans there. That's fine. You guys are going here. That's okay too. Okay, someone is attacking over here. Let's make sure that we are doing that in force if we do it at all. So that's okay. Let's grab you. Okay, let's try that again then. Right, you guys move into there. Overwhelm the Germans there. It's a tank division. They are starting to look very, very weak over here in terms of their ability to resist. So that, I think, is perfectly lovely to see. Okay, let's grab you guys there. You guys are going there. You guys are okay over here, but maybe just pour into this little gap over here, go on towards Prague, and maybe make it a lot more difficult for them. Okay, France holding out against these guys. They are very low on organization there, so that's fine and lovely. Good. You're attacking here from the rear. Let's try to get these guys and try to make life even more difficult for them and reduce their ability to resupply by a great amount here. Right, you're moving there. You know what, let's try to support this attack here for a second. Just try to support this attack here for a second. Jesus, just go down there. Right, you guys are going there, that's fine. You can support this, I suppose. Even without going there, actually. You guys down here can do the nice thing and come up on towards Innsbruck and the Austrian town of Innsbruck. And then you guys are gonna try to charge onto Munich here. This is pretty fantastic, I have to say. This is a great result. You guys, likewise, do concentrate on exploiting your successes over here. Don't be too shy about this. Try to march on towards Prague and all of this area here. That would be fantastic for you guys to do. Right, let's try to get you into here. That's fine. You go there. That's okay too. Right, 96% here. Great, you're doing that. That's fine. You guys can try to kick them out over there. Just do a counterattack. That's lovely. Good. I like it. Right. I don't want to hand over all of this area here to the French though. This is what I have been getting. So no, I really would like that. Can I please have it? Thank you. There we go. Okay, this is weird over here. This bit of Hesse. Mosul, Lond, I don't care about. I just want my supply lines to be non-stupid over here. And if they are that, then I'm going to be happy about that. Right, you guys go there. You guys try to get to Munich. Innsbruck is fantastic over here. And this might allow us to cut Italy from Germany. That would certainly be a great win for us, I think. Because at that point, Germany really, really must start to feel the heat pretty drastically. Right, you guys are going here. You are meeting some resistance. That's okay. But all in all, I think we're doing pretty fine over here. Mightily fine, if I might add. So this is a very nice exploit. Let's try to get you down here. That's fine. Let's also grab these cavalry divisions. Let's move them. Let's move them over here and then into there. That's a little bit more sensible like that, and that's fine. Good. Ulm, my friend. Let's try to attack here. I think Ulm is one of the fantastic nations in what's it called? Year 4, Europa Universalis 4, where you can play with that a little bit funnily. So that's kind of nice. Right, let's try to circle back around Munich. I think the Germans must they must be so close to collapse over here, to complete collapse. I mean, just look at how much stuff we are putting onto their cities here. I think they just can't. I think Austria is surprisingly standing in a good position, but if we look at this over here, yeah, you can see Austria is doing fine-ish, but everything else has been basically decimated by bombing, so they can't really have any factories that are left. We do have some factories here, but honestly that's mostly artificial because these guys are not really there, so that's okay. Ooh, we are somewhat shy on steel over here, so let's try to buy a little bit of that. The shortage over there. Okay, fine. Everything else over here is fine. There's a naval combat down here against a couple of Japanese convoys. Don't wake me up for this stuff. Right, and up down here. How are we looking down here? Okay, actually not that bad either. So let's try to make a push into this bit over here. And then what we can try to grab is you guys down here. Move up here. You guys are going to join in on this attack as well, so that we overwhelm them just right away. And at that point, they should collapse there a little bit. What's going on over here? Just convoys. Just convoys there. Not a big deal. Right, yeah, and more convoys here. So it's a little bit annoying that they are even there, but can't really help that. Okay, fine. How are we doing then in Germany? This army is really kind of doing very nicely, I have to say. Right, you guys do try to attack into there. Again, make it a little bit more, a little bit harder for them. I think that's fantastic. Okay, you guys are going there. You guys are going here. That's okay. Let's move into Italy, into Bolzano and Venice. That would be not really nice if we could just disrupt them there a little bit more. Is Munich going to be empty? I do not know. Of course it's not, but we are going to make some progress here nonetheless, so that's fine. Okay, we are just immediately going to enter into a multitude of battles here. Which is kind of annoying, but all right, let's get you into sort of sensible arrangement there. You guys are fine over here. You guys are moving into there. That's okay. You guys are moving into Innsbruck. That's okay. Let's move one of you down there, and the rest is going to move up north. That's okay. Speaking of up north, probably you don't need to be all the way over here. Yeah, you know what? Let's change that so that you're a little bit more drastically to the south here, where they're really unbalanced. Right, speaking of unbalanced, we've got Prague over here, and all of this is starting to look a little bit funny, this little bulge over here that we have carved out for ourselves. Could try to push forward more. I think that's not the worst idea. Maybe we can even join up these two attacks here. I would love to say that this is what we planned for. It isn't, but on the other hand, if you know this channel a little bit, you know that I tend to try to... Oh yeah, that I just try to keep the enemy off balance to a very large degree. Yeah, and we are succeeding that with the Americans conquering Rome in November 42. So yeah, I think you know what, our strategy here, to some degree, at least has been vindicated, and I'm very happy about that. Great. You guys basically just try to capture Munich here, simply for the victory value and a little bit all the other things as well. That's great. You guys are still defending over here. That's okay. I think once you've done that, you can try to support this attack here. And at this point, it's really going to be tough for the Germans to do anything else over here. Let's try to get into Regensburg and get onto what's over here. And you know what? Let's turn this into an actual strategy of trying to exploit our wins over here by moving forward. Again, I would love to take some credit for this, but honestly, it's just not realistic. Right, you guys are over there. Probably this barge over there is hurtful for us because we can't achieve the concentration of forces that we really need. But what can we do, right? So, okay, you guys are moving here. Let's try to expand here towards Salzburg. We've got some Italians there. But with Rome fallen, I think Italy is going to surrender fairly soon. And at that point, again, it's going to be, again, much more difficult for them. So, yeah, happy about that. All right, you guys are moving down there. Can you afterwards move into there? You guys are coming into here. You know what? Let's move you up there immediately. That's going to be all right. Good. And you guys are sort of making your way on towards Regensburg itself. Great. Let's try to push through here. Just through the middle is going to be fine. And you know what? The French are so annoying. Can I get Oberbayern and Tirol? This is technically our control, so maybe it's just a graphical glitch. Sometimes it's really weird. Right. Nevertheless, we are pushing up here, so that's great. You guys are pushing up here in the north. That's okay too. It's a little bit of a battle going this way and that way, but all in all, I think we are making extremely good progress over here, except down there. So yeah, this is pointless. This attack here should be done though, and you can try to support that. You guys have beaten them back anyway over here, so let's try to move on towards Salzburg. And yeah, Regensburg is within reach, so that's nice. You guys can also try to go towards, I think, the River Danube down there. And we've got the new naval bomber here. That's great, naval carrier bomber, so that's very great. But it is almost 1943, so we might as well go for concentrated industry. Yeah, it's just generally extremely good research, so let's go for that. That is fine, and then under production, actually, what we're going to do is we are going to grab the carrier naval bombers. Are we producing any, actually? Yeah, you guys up over here. Let's grab these. Let's do a little bit in our experience. I don't think we can do too much. So there's about, what, a 5% increase there? That's not really good enough. Naval speed here is just so irrelevant. Let's go for the range and some reliability upgrades, and that's fine. There we go. That's the Rock version Mark 1. We're going to change up to that, and then we're going to increase that here by a couple of factories. That should be okay-ish. So, like 2 more factories or something. Right, I think we're actually converting. You're not doing that anymore, so let's drop that. That should be okay. Right, now let's go like this, and that should be okay. Right, you're still converting that, so that's okay too. Still a little bit short on steel, but I think, honestly, this is probably going to resolve itself fairly quickly because I'm extremely excited about these battles over here. If we can cut off all of these Germans, I mean, they will fall probably in maybe not in 1942, but maybe actually. So yeah, I think we are very close to victory over here. So that is definitely nice to see. Okay, let's grab you guys. You're advancing into there. That's nice. Good, you're going there. You can support this attack at least. I don't think you're going to get far, but still would be nice to advance here. And yeah, it seems like we can close the jaws of defeat on them there, so that's nice. Let's get rid of this attack. This is really not going anywhere, and it's in the mountains, so this difficult terrain and everything. So honestly, just concentrate on the front line up there, and that's great. Right, likewise, these gentlemen here should, I think, focus a little bit more on reinforcing success and not failure, so let's get there. These lines here, of course, are stupid, but as long as they do have any lines, I think they will get the bonus, so that's okay. Nevertheless, let's draw it a little bit more sensibly like so. And very soon, all of our lines are going to look extremely weird anyway, because we are going to have them join up over here, and that is going to be weird. So yeah, let's just fan out over here behind their front lines. And there we are. Attritional containment. That is very, very apt at this point. So very, very nice. Okay, let's spend the army experience here on this. So that's okay too. Right, you guys can advance into there because there's empty. Some battles over here, but not very big ones. And I think very soon our armies are going to meet here in the middle. And there, no, no, no. The Germans are resisting a little bit, but I think they cannot do that for long. There we go, guys. This is fantastic. I don't know how many Germans and mostly Hungarians we've encircled over here, but this is looking fantastic. I wonder just Germany must be so close to collapse. So is Italy. Great Hungary, not yet, but I can't expect them to hold out for that much longer. Still, curiously enough, the situation in Greece here is still incredibly stable. So that's kind of interesting to see. Right, you guys down here, just convoys, no big deal really. Okay, let's try to cross into the next island down there. That'd be fantastic. Too many Japanese over there in the mountains, so don't want to really deal with these guys. Well, that's fine, yeah. And up over here, so the question is, how do we deal with these front lines now? I think the first thing to do is just delete this one over here. And probably what we want to do then is, well, I do want to advance against the Austrians down here, so probably going to grab all of you guys here and draw another offensive line here towards Vienna and basically get everyone assigned to that instead of this sort of thing down there. Right, we've got a couple of divisions over here on the German side. These are just some divisions down there. You know what? I think that's fine. Let's grab these guys, make sure that they are assigned to this. That's okay too. You too. You are assigned to this. That's fine. You are assigned to this. And then we can sort of roll out from the south over here. Although again, it's looking as though this is controlled by France. I would really like to grab control of this. This province is occupied. How is this province occupied by them, but the state is occupied by us? Don't get that. Okay, what we gonna do then is gonna grab all of this green army here, the third army, and we're gonna advance here from the north. This is gonna be closer to our supply lines. And I think it's just going to be a little bit cleaner in terms of who this territory belongs to. It doesn't matter that they are going to move over there and going to take some time to move over there and going to be unsupplied. Because I think it is going to be useful for all of these Germans, Hungarians and all of that to feel the pressure a little bit and just be a little bit conservative, a little bit suffering from attrition. And since we've got some French over here and other units, I'm not too concerned about them breaking through or anything. What we can do is just increase the pressure here on the site a little bit to really make sure that they are not really suffering from that too badly. Right, let's get you down there as well. So I think that should enable you to hold out there very nicely. Right, you know what? We're going to attack into their flank here. That should really prevent them from breaking through there. And at that point, I think we'll be fine. Right, these guys are streaming south there, that's okay too, and you guys are again moving up here, that's nice to see. Yeah, great. Okay, let's focus on the Japanese for a second here. Nothing really in terms of their navy that we can see so far. It's a little bit not that great. I would like to get Taiwan. I'd like to get Okinawa too. Question is, can we really do that? Okay, what we're going to try then, so we're going to grab 3 divisions over here, and we're going to try to start a naval invasion from this port here against Taiwan. So let's move them down there, see whether that is going to be successful, and if so, that would be fantastic. Right, speaking of the Navy, do we have any sort of ships and stuff? No, nothing big added so far. Italy's still holding out greatly over there, but yeah, but they're being eaten from the south, so that's very, very nice. Right, and you guys are simply moving into position, so that's great too. Right, do we need more steel yet? Yeah, we do. Ah, damn it! I forgot one important thing. I forgot to change our naval designer here towards Arboro. Strategic bombing plus 10%. That would have been very lovely. We should have grabbed that. I did forget about that. Damn it. Alright, it's not too big a deal. It's okay, we do have this new model, so that's fine. We do have a lot of air experience to upgrade it as well, so that's lovely. Well, we should mostly be concerned, I think, about the naval situation, right? So let's think about naval doctrine here for a moment. We don't really have enough naval experience to upgrade that, so probably not do that. Construction. Oil is fairly important. You know what? Let's artillery like a better guns. Yeah, you know what? Better guns. It's going to take so short and it's going to be so useful. Right. What we do need to do though is think about our air force over here. So we've got the Lincoln bomber. This is a great upgrade. We are going to increase. Can we increase that? Does it make sense? No, it does not really. Bombing, does that make any sense? It's 5%. Honestly, these things are so small. These bonuses. Range upgrade. Yeah, I think I'm going to take it. Maybe a little bit of a reliability boost. You know what? We can boost reliability as much as we want to anyway. That's fine. There we go. That does still leave us with a plus in reliability. A little bit of better strategic bombing and all of that, so that's fine. And dandy. So what we're going to do, of course, is we are going to grab our Lancaster bombers over here. These guys, and we're going to change them up towards the Lincoln. I said change them up towards the Lincoln. That's fine. That does mean we still need a lot of aluminium. So we do need to take that into account. But so far that's going to be great. Okay. America. Can we grab more, please? And yeah, that does cut into our construction. But I think all in all we are fine. We have built up quite a bit of a radar station down there in Hong Kong. So that should give us great coverage, actually. Let's increase that a little bit here. Make sure that we are increasing the priority of that. I don't think Königsberg is as important as Hong Kong. But other than that, we should also build the one in Hong Kong, because I'm kind of curious about what the Soviets are doing here. So yeah, let's think about that. Right, so French troops are losing here, but we are sending troops in, so that should be okay. These troops are now starting to all feel attrition, so that is interesting. Germans are deciphering us. That's okay, not a big deal, I think. They are attacking us down here. We are not really prepared, but that's fine. We're still winning, so that's nice to see. Okay, you guys are doing fine down here. I suppose what we could do is try to attack into the flank here, right? So let's try to push up there. That's okay. Good. Right. Nice. I like it. Good. Right. Good. Good. This is starting to look very nice indeed. Right, I would like to, well, maybe we're too spread out with if we're doing it like this. We don't really have enough. Oh, that is lovely. Good. Look at that. Italy surrendering there. Giving us control of some of these regions, oddly. These guys are all in supply, so it would be fantastic if we could overwhelm them, but I don't think we can. You know what? I've got to play a little bit ahead here. It's going to lead to a little bit of a longer episode, but I think that might be fine, right? So if we can overwhelm the Germans here, wouldn't that be fantastic? So yeah, let's try to cut into these lines over here, maybe cut them even in two or something. That would be very nice indeed, wouldn't it? Right, and let's advance on this side of the river as well. I think all of these guys are so low on supplies that they are going to have a lot of trouble moving ahead with us over here. Just look at how little these guys got in terms of their equipment. That should make life incredibly difficult for them. Let's try to loop back into Nuremberg there. Yeah, you guys are sort of all pouring through the border there on a very broad front. That's lovely to see. You know what, you guys, there are some Yugoslavians here. These guys are kind of tough to beat. I think they will be alright. So let's try to push up a little bit from this side as well. And you guys, right, let's try to get you towards Vienna. It is winter over here, December 22nd, but with all of these Germans here so deeply into these pockets, you know, of course there was a winter pocket in 1942. I think Stalingrad was in 42, yeah, it must have been. So, yeah. We're kind of mirroring that, except we are in Germany and not somewhere very far east. So, yeah, it's kind of fun. Right, okay, you guys, maybe half of you and half of you can attack into there. You can just keep them on balance and all of that. So, yeah, just make sure they can't really recover from this, and they're being cut into pieces here. And I think if we were successful in our drive on Vienna, they would quickly surrender as well. Speaking of actually our operatives, shouldn't we check on you guys? So we finished that. We are dealing with you guys over here, and we've got probably a couple of you who are back here doing stuff like that, which I don't really think we should. So let's try to boost our ideology further here in... You're defending? No, you are defending. Okay, right, let's boost our ideology over here. Yes, democratic police, that is what we are. So, that's kind of nice, good. Okay, here we are. Encircling them again and again and again, which is really nice. A couple of Romanians down here, they're not going to hold. Okay, you guys, move down here. Just push them. Just drive them apart from one another. Defeat them in detail. And that should be fairly nice. Right, you guys are moving here. That's great. I think we can sort of move on to Leipzig here as well. Again, just on a very broad front. Karlsberg. And then we're going to get over there. You guys, no, not Karlsberg, Karlsbad. Slight difference. Small difference there. Right, yeah, but we are defeating them in detail over here, so that's very lovely to see. Right, you guys are moving there. Don't. This is, again, just some of these weird artifacts in terms of their building blocks of that. Great. Okay, you guys are advancing towards Vienna. That's good. Let's try to make sure that you're not being overwhelmed there on this side. Right, now the Americans are pushing up over here, including killing a couple of Germans there. That's great. Okay, you guys are moving into here. Let's push up there as well. Yeah, I think you should actually win that, even though the game tells us you wouldn't. But I think you're going to be fine. Right, and up over here, all of this is going to collapse very quickly now. Lovely, lovely, lovely. There we go. Lots of people marching onto Vienna. Chiefs of Staff Committee, you know what? Let's build a little bit of political... No, it's silly, right? Let's just elect a national focus here. And I think what we probably want to do is build up air defenses in Hong Kong. And that does remind me, I should actually go ahead and... Okay, you are building this. Fine. We're going to be alright. Good. We don't need to be too concerned about the military factory here being not worked on. I think that's okay. Right, you guys are moving on towards Bratislava. That's great. Let's try to get into Budapest. And you're moving towards, so you know what, let's say Graz and then Klagenfurt. Salzburg is now actually the capital of Germany. My friends, here we are. That's very good. Actually, I would not have expected them to have that much material left over here. And that is incredibly nice. I would have really loved for Poland to be part of this, so it's unfortunate that we are not. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to deal with all of this here off screen, because I want to think about this a little bit, see where we really need some territory here from all of these world participants. And then let's see where we stand next time in our war then against Japan and potentially at some point the Soviet Union. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Do leave a like and let me think about what you think about the... let me hear what you think about the capitulation of Germany. Bye-bye, guys.